Hello, I am River, and this file is designed to help you experience what it would be like if you had a set of ears and a tail. It doesn't matter if you're a therian, furry, petplay, or just want to experience it. This file is designed for everyone. On the screen now are all the details of everything this file is going to use. And this file is going to put a trigger, which will let you experience that sensation of having an ear, set of ears, and a tail. So, we're not going to start with a deep breath. In fact, you are just going to yawn. And give me a nice big yawn. And if you can't yawn on command, then I'll yawn along with you. And I hope that sensation, that urge to yawn starts on your end. And you just find yourself already yawning without trying. Just yawn away. There we go. And as you yawn, you're just going to stretch your body. Give yourself a nice big stretch. Raising your limbs as far as you can, stretching out like a starfish. And holding that stretch. And then letting it all flop. Letting your body relax. Letting your arms dangle, letting your legs dangle. And let yourself sink into the chair or the bed that you're on. And now one last time, stretching out nice and wide. Give me the widest yawn you can. And there we go, letting your legs drop, letting your arms drop, and letting yourself relax. Just like that. And now I just want you to take a deep breath, but I want you to make it feel natural. Take a slightly deep breath in, and breathe out as you feel you need to. There is no right or wrong way with any of the breathing done in this file. You can adjust to your liking, going as deep or as undeep as you want. But let those deep breaths become gradual, slowly breathing in and out, a little bit slower than before. There's no rush to this. And I can even count down numbers if that helps. So breathing in for 3 maybe, 1, 2, 3, and out for 3, 1, 2, 3, and in for 3, 1, 2, 3, and out for 3, 1, 2, 3. And just keep breathing deeply. But as you breathe deeply, I want you to raise a limb up. Can be your arms, can be your legs. And you're just going to hold it up. With each breath in, holding your breath and holding those limbs up. And then as you breathe out, letting them drop to the side, letting them flop, letting them dead weight. Taking enough breath in, raising those limbs back up again, holding it, and letting it drop. And now you don't have to move. You just need to breathe in and out. And if you're not already, I want you to close your eyes. Then I want you to open them very slowly. And I want you to not open them fully. I want you to look with a very relaxed gaze. Not looking at what's in front of you. Not looking what it looks like or the texture. Just looking as if you're staring right through it. You're not staring intently. And what you're going to do on your next breath in is you're going to slowly move your eyes to the left. There we go. Just like that as you breathe in. And then as you stop breathing in, you're going to stop. And now you're just going to take a pause. Hold that breath a little bit. And on your exhale, you're going to slowly move those eyes all the way back to the center. There we go. And as we do these live movements, as you hold your breath, I want you to know that when we do these, I want you to keep those movements in pace with your breathing. So, moving your eyes now to the right as you breathe in, keeping it nice and slow, trying to keep it in pace. Going as far to the right as you feel comfortable. And holding your breath. And breathing out and bringing to the center. There we go. And now I want you to raise the limbs that you were raising earlier. As you breathe in again, moving to the left again, raising those arms or legs as high as you can or as stretched as you can. As you breathe in, moving to the left, holding your limbs up as you hold that breath. And as you exhale, let those legs drop, let those arms dangle, let those limbs flop in completely dead way as you breathe out and come back to the center. And coming to the right on your next breath in after holding it. So, and breathing in, raising those limbs back up again, and looking to the right. There we go, holding them up, holding that breath. You're doing really, really well. But as you exhale, you're going to hold those limbs up. You're going to keep them up as you exhale and bring yourself back to the center. And holding your breath as you're looking straight ahead of you. Inhaling again, holding those limbs up still as you bring your eyes back towards the left. Holding those limbs if you can. And as you breathe out, letting them drop, letting them flop. And bring yourself back to the center. There we go. Holding that breath. And breathing in and bringing yourself back to the right. And just knowing that each time you do this, I want you to only stretch or hold a limb as long as you can. No need to strain yourself. You can let it drop. You can just let your body relax. There we go, and holding that breath. And we're not really just trying to focus on tension. I want you to know that there's something very special that can happen when you kind of let gravity do its job after holding a limb in place for so long and then just letting it drop. And now breathing out. There we go. Holding it up if you still can hold it. And it can be either your arms or your legs. You can even stretch out like a starfish. You're just trying to let gravity just slowly add a little bit of weight to each limb. Holding that breath at the center, but this time you're going to go up. So on your next breath in, you're going to start to slowly look up with your gaze. You're not going to go so high you give yourself a headache, just as high as you comfortably can. Holding that breath. And now, breathing out. You can drop your limbs if you want, or you can hold them up if you want to challenge yourself. And coming back to the center, there we go. Holding that breath. And now, breathing in, moving down this time, moving down, 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 down. There we go. And now, holding that breath again. And now, breathing out nice and slowly as you just let them drop, let them flop immediately, let them dead weight. You're not trying to let your limbs drop nice and gracefully, just let them completely flop. There we go. And now, you can close your eyes again. And you can start to return to a normal pace of breathing. And as you breathe as you naturally want to, I want you to see if you can notice how the air, the sensation of the air entering your nose, and notice the sensation your chest makes, or your diaphragm makes as you breathe in and you breathe out. And see if you can pay attention to the clothes on your body right now. Or if there's a blanket on top of you, see if you can feel the texture and the sensation of it on your body, on your skin. And with each breath in and out, see if you can feel where any creases might be developing on those clothing. And try and notice if you feel a temperature Is there a temperature to the air as you breathe it in? And you might start to notice a tingly sensation forming around your arms or your legs or the limb you're raising and dropping. And that's completely normal if you do. And if you don't, you don't. And now, I want you to just take a breath in, hold it, and breathe in a little bit more. And then give me a nice slow breath out. You're not trying to breathe in more than you breathe out. You're just doing something called a psychological sigh, where you breathe in, you breathe in a little bit more, and then you breathe out. And now just let yourself sink. Let yourself sink into whatever you're sitting or lying on. And see if you can notice the pressure as it holds up your spine or holds up your body. And just for good measure, we're going to do one more breathing in, and this time you're going to raise as many limbs as you can. So if you can, raising your arms above your head, raising your legs up, breathing in, holding that breath, and then when you exhale, just letting them drop, letting them flop, letting them completely dead weight. And the last thing you're going to do is you're going to breathe in, you're going to raise your head up, opening your eyes, looking up. And then when you exhale, you're going to close your eyes and let the head drop entirely forward. And there we go, just like that. You're doing so well. And now you can just let your head lie back. And let your body completely relax. And now I'm going to count you down from 10 to 1. And I want you to imagine a staircase. You don't have to see it in your mind. I'll describe how it feels as you walk down it, because not everyone can visualize. So, 10. Taking that first step, feel the feeling of a step on your foot. Feel how that would feel on your soles of your foot. You can imagine how it would feel if you're wearing shoes or socks. You can imagine a wooden texture, or a carpet-like, or whatever texture you want. Just let yourself feel the weight as you take that extra step. And just know that each step you take as we do this, you're going to go deeper and deeper into your mind. You're going to go deeper and deeper into your mind, with each number getting lower and lower. So 9. Taking another step, feel the sensation of your leg going down. Feel the step as you take that step. Feel the motion of your leg. 8. Getting lower and lower now, and you might start to notice a little heavy sensation with each step down. 7. Taking another step down and feeling yourself become lighter and lighter. Feeling lighter inside, but your body starts to get heavier and heavier with each step you take. As we go deeper and deeper into your mind. 6. Knowing it's a safe heaviness, knowing it's the heaviness you feel when you're so tired that your body's just dead weight. And 5. Noticing, even though your body's getting heavier and heavier, that each step you take requires less and less effort. As if every hand movement and leg movement requires so little push on you, so little effort on your mind. And 4, that lightness of the mind and that heaviness in the body becoming more and more noticeable now, becoming stronger and stronger, and each movement you make feeling so easy, free, knowing you're safe, and knowing that it feels so good to just let this dead weight feeling wash over your body, and just to take that next step, feeling your foot graze from the 3rd step as it lands on the 2nd too. You're doing so well, going deeper and deeper into your mind, letting yourself relax, letting yourself feel that lightness, feel that heaviness, and feeling your foot take the next step, only one step away now, feeling as if you could literally just flop onto a bed right now and feel so weightless, Your body feeling heavy, but your mind very weightless. And 0. At the bottom of the staircase now. And you can imagine your hand pushing a door forward. And you can feel a difference in texture. And you hear it creak as you take another step. Not going down a staircase, but down a hallway. And as you walk down this hallway before you, you feel this nice warmth radiating from whatever's down at the end. And hearing a creak with each step you take, but also feeling this warmth start to get warmer and warmer. And now there's a door before you, as you know you're just going into a safe place in your mind where nothing you don't want can enter. And you're just going to let yourself go in there. You're going to push the door forward, put your hands on the handle and open it. Feeling the cold of the metal as you open this door. And you're going to feel this warmth get stronger and stronger. A safe warmth. And you realize as you enter this room, you hear the crackling of kindling in a fireplace. And as you can feel your foot walk on this floor, and you hear a little wooden creak. And you can hear the kindling and the creak kind of echo around the room ever so slightly. And as you walk into this little safe place in your mind, you can see and feel the warmth of this fireplace. And there's a chair right in front of it. And you can walk into this chair, and you can just let yourself just sink into it. Sinking into this chair in your mind. And this little safe place in your mind is where you can pick up new traits, new sensations, new experiences that you want. And you know that nothing you don't want, nothing you don't welcome, cannot enter this room. And you're here because you want it to be. You're here because you want to feel what it's like. To feel the sensation of a set of ears and a tail. And so, you're going to let yourself sink into that chair. You're going to let yourself feel that warmth around you. And you're going to imagine what it would feel like to feel a single fingertip tracing down your spine ever so slightly. Tracing its way completely over it. Feeling the skin of the fingertip grazing against your skin. And you can arch your back. You can respond as feels right. And if it's hard to imagine a finger, you can imagine as if it's a piece of water. A single droplet travelling down your body, down your spine, all the way to your tailbone. There we go. Or you can imagine a hand simply patting your back, slowly grazing its palm, ever so gently, ever so nurturously stroking your back. And as it reaches your tailbone, you'll notice this little warmth start to build there. And building, getting stronger and stronger. It's something that would feel akin to when you last had a nice warm shower or a nice warm bath. And as you feel that hand's fingertips graze down the top of your back and its palm coming down your spine, you feel it start to extend. You feel its presence start to remain longer and longer as it go down your tailbone. As if your tailbone is slowly increasing in size. And with each pat that you imagine of this hand going down, it gets longer and longer, and when it comes to your tailbone, it kind of clasps around as this tail starts to form from your tailbone. Feeling its palm and fingers kind of rub along its length. And you can feel this tail get as long as you want, or as small as you want. And kind of think about what you want this tail to feel like. Do you want it to be a fluffy tail, a scaly tail? Do you want it to be small like a bunny, or long like a kitty? And just feel that hand come down one more time, slowly now, ever so slowly. Bringing itself all the way down. And cupping the tail as it starts to take shape. And reaching all the way to the tip, going as far as you want this tail to be. And you can just feel the sensation of this tail just flop. And your whole body is so relaxed. And you feel so good that even your new tail just completely flops. Just dangles. And you can imagine how it would feel. If you have a furry tail, you can imagine it being akin to how it would feel if someone was to brush your head. How it feels when your hair gets brushed by a hand. And now, speaking of that, I want you to imagine a hand right in front of you, begging for you to just brush against it, to nuzzle against it. Because it can feel so good to have someone just, whether brush your hair, or to feel someone's hand just give you a hair pat, or to feel the sensation of someone's palm brushing against your forehead and pulling all your hair back so gently, coming all the way down to the back of your head. You can imagine seeing how it would look, or you can imagine how it would feel. Hearing the sound of it brush back all that hair. And hearing the sound of your tail be caressed. And now imagine how it would feel if someone was to slowly just start to caress your ears. Taking a fingertip and ever so slightly tracing the outline of your ear. Going so slow, feeling their skin against yours. Maybe giving you little gentle scratches behind your ear. Feeling their nail or their claws, whatever you want, just stroking. Just grazing against the back of your ear. And feeling this hand's thumb caress your earlobe. And you feel that similar warm sensation that you felt with your tail. And you feel it build and build. And you can lean into this hand. You can kind of let it hold your head up. And as you do so, you feel as if when it traces your ears with each time, that it gets more and more. That the ears grow and change in shape. And think about how you want your ears to feel. Would you want long bunny ears? Would you want a set of kitty ears? Would you want some floppy dog ears? Or would you want some nice big serval ears? And just imagine this hand tracing over it. You're feeling that warmth build and build, feeling so good. And with each time it cups your ear and comes all the way to the top gets longer and longer until it gets to the size that you want, until it gets to the size that you want these ears to be. And you can let yourself feel how you want those ears to feel. You can let yourself imagine the texture it would feel if someone was to brush against them. If something was to touch the tip, would it feel sensitive? If someone was to scratch behind it, would it feel good? If something was to just ever so slightly trace over the back of your ear, would it feel nice? If someone was to whisper, if you were to feel their breath against these ears ever so tenderly, imagining how that would feel. imagining how the breath would spread out to reach the shape. And each time you hear the word good pet, or each time you hear the words good pet, and this can be from someone, or this can be from yourself. This can be something you think to yourself, or it can be someone you know. Each time you hear the words good pet, and it's someone you know and you trust, and you know welcomes the sensation and will treat you with respect, you will feel the sensation of these ears and tail. You will feel them. You'll notice their feeling. You'll notice their presence. You'll feel their size. You'll feel their weight. You'll feel their texture with each thing that touches the top of your head. Every time you put a hoodie over your head, you'll feel those ears kind of push forward. Each time someone pats your head and goes near that area, you might just feel them grazing against those ears and just feel so good. And each time you kind of maybe go under a desk, you'll feel those ears get pushed back. Every time someone kind of caresses your back and goes all the way down to your tailbone, you might feel your tail raise up, or you might feel it whack. Because this set of ears and tail aren't just to be sensations that you can feel. They're going to become extensions of your already existing body language. And think about how you want them to feel when you're happy. Maybe you want them to sway. Maybe you want your tail to go up in the air like a kitty, or wag like a puppy, or just wiggle. And maybe you want your ears to kind of adjust, and to feel them change shape with each sound you hear, as if you're becoming more and more attentive. And maybe you might even feel yourself tilt your head to the side when you're confused, and feel those ears also do the same. And maybe you might feel your ears go back when you don't feel as happy. All your body language and all your emotions are now just becoming part of this new sensation. And this sensation, this experience, will only work when you want it to, when you know that it's safe to, when you know that it's okay to, and when you know that you're in a room or with people who will welcome it, who respect it, and when you feel safe. So whenever you hear the words good pet, and you welcome this feeling, and you want to feel this feeling, you will. Whenever you hear the words good pet, whether you say it to yourself, think it to yourself, or someone says it to you that you know, trust, and feel safe with, you'll feel the sensation. But the sensation of this ears and tail will only work when you want it to. And you might even feel the sensation of your tail with each time you get dressed. Every time you put underwear on, you might feel it brush against the fabric, and brushing against jeans, trousers, pants, whatever you want to call it. And you might feel it touch walls as you walk by. And you can feel the sensation more and more with each time you listen to this file. Each time you listen to this file, that texture of the ears and the tail, and the weight, and the feeling, and the motion is just going to become more and more tangible, and more an extension of your body language. And now, if you wish to do so, you can remain in this state. You can feel that tail sway, feel it move, feel it curl around your body, feel its ears perk up. And if you wish to wake up, you can listen to my voice, and you can listen to me count from 1 to 15. And when we reach 15, you'll be up and awake, back to fully conscious, back to fully aware, remembering everything that was said, and knowing exactly what you heard. Now, 1. Bringing yourself out of that chair in that safe place in your mind. 2. Letting yourself walk on that wooden floor, coming out the door. 3. Coming down the hallway, coming towards the stairs, bringing yourself out of this space. 4. Starting to climb up those steps. 5. And with each single movement you make, each sensation of your hand against the handrail, each single leg motion, every time you feel the weight of your foot push yourself up, you feel more and more awake, more and more aware, coming out of your unconscious mind. 5. Taking another step, and another, and another. 6. And with each step you take and each breath you take, you feel yourself remembering everything that was done. You feel yourself coming more and more into the awareness. And 6, feeling yourself becoming less heavy, feeling your limbs becoming more awake. 8, giving your fingers a little wiggle, wiggling your fingers and toes if you can. 9, coming more and more awake now. And 10, opening those eyes, let yourself have a little blink. 11, you can wiggle your toes, wiggle your fingers, move your hands about, give yourself a little shake. 13, looking around, knowing where you are, remembering you're listening to a file. 14, you can let your body adjust, maybe even give yourself a little stretch. And 15, wide and awake, nice and refreshed. Oh, hey cutie, you enjoy that? Well, if you like this and want to see similar, check out my channel. And I've been River, thank you for listening. Bye!